Hello, everybody. It's your girl Tara and your girl Jazzy
On
Jazz.
the ones and twos.
Yes, I know y'all haven't seen us in a minute, but we officially back. Like back. We back. So we're gonna just give everybody time to log on. Y'all come on, join us. Let's see what y'all talking about. All right. So while we're doing that and waiting on people to join on, we're just gonna play our intro video. Y'all ready? Y'all
Is
ready?
it, is it logged onto Facebook?
Yes, it's on. You go on your phone and go onto Facebook. We're on Facebook and YouTube. So while she's doing that, we're just going to okay, y'all. Give me a second. Y'all come on, join. I'm gonna let people get on our live. We haven't been live in a minute. Again, your girl Tara here, your girl Jazzy Jazz with Talk with Tara. It's on mine. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put the comments. So while we waiting on everybody, so our topic for tonight. That's our topic for tonight. Um, everybody joining in. We're just gonna give everybody time to log on. And again, we're gonna play our intro video.
Top the rest, ain't no sweat, no competition. Full circle and we winning. Had the test at my best and never finish. Full circle and we winning. Got my weight up, now they hate us, I just say they tripping. Full circle and we winning. Two different ways, but in right back in the beginning. Full circle and we winning.
The same nigga that you saw in the beginning. The same nigga put the squad on the mission. Back in 06 in the M inside a venue. Hey, full circle and we win.
Our intro video. Now y'all come on. Again, for you that don't know what the topic is tonight, that will be our topic. I can't start over because it's too hard. The question of the night is starting over really too hard. So we're just going to give everybody a little more time to log on. We're just going to give everybody a little more time to log on. All right. So Jazz, how do you feel about starting over? What's your opinion on starting over?
My opinion on starting over. Mm, my opinion on starting over is it's difficult depending on what you're trying to start over.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. It really it changes per person. Um, and what you're willing to let go of,
Mhm.
because starting over is a fear, the fear of the unknown. So when you get accustomed to something and get comfortable with something and used to something, it's better to just stick with that and go to something you know nothing about. Mentally, that's what it feels like. It's better. But
Okay.
you tend to forget that you had to start that situation also before you got comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So it's a fear thing. It's a fear thing. That's what I feel like. It's a fear thing. Fear, anxiety.
Yeah. My personal opinion, I feel like it ain't no easy way when it comes to starting over, and it is hard. So I mean, some people, depending on their aspects and how they feel, might really feel like it's too hard to start over. It really take a strong person. I ain't gonna necessarily say a strong person, but it takes a person with um open mindset in order to start over. Because you can't just automatically just be like, I'm gonna start over, because you're gonna have regrets. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna start missing people. And as
Mhm.
me and Jazz was talking about earlier, like, in order to start over, you gotta let go. And that was just Jazz's opinion. Like, I never actually thought about it like that, because I never thought that I I've started over half of my life, to be honest. Since I can remember, since 5 years old, I've been starting over. So it may come easier to me than it would come to Jazz or anybody else that's think that they want to start over. So my personal opinion, like, it can be hard, but like, you really, really gotta have an open mindset.
What what do you feel is harder? Starting over in a relationship or starting over in a career?
Um, for me personally, I think starting over in a relationship is more harder than for me. I can pack up and move today or tomorrow. I can get a new job today or tomorrow. But when it comes to relationships, I'm more so of, let's try to make this work. Like, let's see where we can go, and where, where this might lead. So my, like, literally, I really feel like I just feel like that's the hardest thing for me. On your end, what do you feel like is the hardest for you, Jazz?
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, I feel like it's harder to start over in a relationship, especially when you've gotten so used to someone and develop emotions and feelings. I feel like it's a lot harder to want to start over and let go of a relationship.
True.
Um, but in order to start something over, you got to let go of the past, whatever that was, whatever you're trying to start over from. There's Shanetta Divine. I've
Mhm.
her videos. I introduced you to her videos on YouTube,
Yeah.
and she had timeless reading and they're talking about this similar situation. And the tarot cards kept saying, "You gotta let go. You gotta let go. You gotta let go." It's hard. It's very hard to let go of a situation to start over from it.
True. It is. It is.
It's a lot. It's a lot to contemplate, and you think about a lot, especially if you have children, if you have family. But my biggest thing when you start over for you, and that to me will make seem like it'll make it a lot easier, even though it's easier said than done. But when you decide to start over for yourself. Take everything else out. Take kids out, take family out, lovers, friends, whatever it is that's making you question and ask yourself, is this something that I want? And it
Yeah,
makes it a lot easier.
true. You right. You 100% right. I agree with that 100%. Um, how do you feel like you can start over in life? What are some ways that you feel like you can start over?
Immediately. Immediately. And what I mean by immediately is don't tell yourself, well, when I get this much saved, or when I do this, or when this happens, then I'll know. Because what you're really doing is talking yourself out of it immediately. Like when you say instinctively multiple times, I want to do this, immediately do it. Just do it. Just go. Just go. Just do it. Do it right then and there. Or you won't.
True. True. I feel you on that, Jazz. Like, I really, really feel you. I agree with that 100% because, like, in reality, when you start over, it's all a mind thing. It's all a mind thing. Like, y'all know I can't talk, but you literally have to talk yourself into doing it. You can't just automatically feel like I'm finna start over because long as you feel like that, it's gonna be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all give me 1 second.
Yes, yes, yes. Starting over is hard. It is very, very hard. Y'all see my butterfly cup. But starting over is very, very hard. There's a lot to go into it. And even when you start over, don't think I started over, so it's gonna immediately be okay. No, you when you start over, you have to work at it, and sometimes you got to start over multiple times before you get it right that one time. So don't think, oh, I started over, so this is just gonna. No, no. Everything has difficulties. Everything has obstacles. You have to do it until you keep going. Like it's gonna all be worth it, and never feel like you are too old to start over.
Yeah.
Never use your age as an excuse as to why you can't do something.
Yeah, cause that be majority of our problems. We automatically be like, "Oh, I'm too old. My what is called my time clock is ticking. I don't want to start over because like I'm just like you get comfortable. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you who wants to keep starting over? Like who who really really want? Tell me one person that you know that want to start over
Ooh,
consistently.
me.
Make it.
This gal right here.
You
I
want to
want
start
to.
over?
Yes, girl. I want to start over. If you knew how much money I have touched in the past year alone,
Mm-hmm.
mm, mm. If I could just start over with all the money I had in this past year alone, I would do some things completely differently. But it's okay. As you live, you learn, and you move on. And guess what I'm finna do? Start over and get it right back 10 times more. So
Yeah.
it's always different ways to start over. It's not, it doesn't have to be always be something very drastic. Like, no, you can little by little, inch by inch, just like they say in college. Yeah, it's okay to take 6 classes a semester, but if that don't work for you, guess what? It don't matter how long it take you to get the degree, it's still gonna get got
Indeed.
a little by little.
Yeah. I agree with Jazzy Jazz 100%. Um, because when you moving around in life, and when I say in life, I mean in life, relationships, and so much more. Like you got relationships, you got your careers, you got friendships, you got housing. Like it's so many different ways and meanings when they say start over. So where do you feel like do you really feel like it's hard? I want y'all to give us y'all opinion. I really, really do. Drop y'all comments. We need y'all opinions. We
I
want to
apologize if y'all hear the fireworks in the background.
girl. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Cause they out there doing the big. Yeah, they out there doing the big. They, I guess they couldn't wait until the fourth.
Yeah. It's official. It's officially we are let not get off topic. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. What you talking about? Talking about June. Oh, cause ah, I look back at it. Hey, what they say? Oh yeah.
you can't even see your bed.
Oh, where it though? Can you see it now?
Scoot off a little bit to your left. Yeah, right there, right there. You can see it.
You see it good?
Move your hair, move your hair, move your hair.
Oh, cause she blankety black. Juneteenth.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, starting over is always, I don't know, it's always something. You can start over with little stuff. It don't have to be nothing drastic. But most people, when they think of starting over, they think of life altering decisions. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got to start over from day one. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just got to start over from whatever made you feel like you had to start over from that moment. Start from that moment right there. If the moment you said, this job right here got me stuck,
Yeah.
start over from that moment right there. That moment. When they had you stuck, I start over for that moment. Whatever that was. It is a growth mindset. It is. It is.
Most definitely.
It is a growth mindset. Maturity. And when I say maturity, because just because you're grown, that doesn't mean you're grown.
She said just because you grown, I mean you grown. That was a good one.
Honestly, just
That was a
because you're
good one.
grown, it does not mean you are grown. I'm grown. I just turned 28, June 26th. Cancer Nation, stand up. But I realized, especially recently, I'm very
Mm,
childish. I'm childish. I'm spoiled. Um, I like stuff to go my way. And I had to sit back and hold a conversation within myself and my relationship because I can be my way or the highway. So we're starting over. Starting over from that moment right there. Being more open minded, more understanding of situations, and understanding that, people are allowed to say no. He's allowed, I don't care about other people, he's allowed to say no sometimes. So we're starting over.
well, so do you feel like you can start over in a relationship? Do you feel like starting over consists on a major move or a major activity, a career change, or something like that? Do you feel like you can be in a relationship and then something going on wrong in that relationship and y'all can start over and build a healthy relationship?
Yes, I do feel like you can. But once again, that goes back to when I said letting go. The
Mm,
first step of starting something over is to stop whatever it was first.
indeed.
The opposite of start is stop. So you have to stop whatever it is. So in a relationship, just throwing it out there, whether it be cheating or lack of communication, whatever it is, and you say, okay, I love you enough to let this go, then you have to let that go. And
Yeah.
what I mean by letting that go, I'm not saying you're going to forget it. I'm not saying that it's going to magically disappear, because at the end of the day, I always believe that pain never goes away. It's
Hmm.
just you learn to live with it.
True.
So in a relationship, once you say and you make up your mind, okay, we're going to move past this, then that means first you have to let it go to move forward.
But letting go don't mean forgetting.
No,
Everybody that
that's
move
why I said that first. You're not going to forget it. I'm not
accepting
saying that.
accepting the situation or whatever happened doesn't necessarily mean forgiving. I mean forgetting. It doesn't mean like to just be like, well, it's over. I don't think about it because you know you're gonna think about it. You know you're gonna
Mhm.
have those moments where you're like, OMG, like, did this really happen? But you gotta come and say, if I told him I forgave him, every time we get into it, I'm not gonna bring up that conversation. If you're starting over, that means not forgetting about it and not necessarily walking away from the situation, but you still got to be able to say, okay, every time I get mad, I'm not going to put them out. Every time I get mad, I'm not going to cut them off. It just depends on the person. If you going to start over, start over. That means a clean slate. Everything that you did, everything that he did, y'all should be able to be like, okay, I'm going to just sit back and I'm going to evaluate this situation. Do I really want to start over with this relationship? Do I really feel like I can look at him in the face or look her in the face every time I get mad and not bring up this same situation just because I'm mad? So start like Jazz said, starting over don't necessarily mean a career change. It doesn't necessarily mean relationship. It don't necessarily mean friendship. Um, it don't necessarily mean the same sudden move. You can just start over to become a new person. But with starting over, sometimes people can make the situation hard because you can have a person that say, just say, take me or just Jazz for instance. We change, we're becoming better person. We're no longer going to entertain the negativity or anything like that. But then you got people that's used to us entertaining, acting a fool, going out the way, and everything like that. They looking at us like, yeah, okay, you ain't changed. Every time they come around us, they feel like we're gonna have an attitude or we're gonna we're gonna, you know, we stand our ground. I'm just put it like that. So they feel like they can say stuff and they feel like it's gonna make us react the way they used to us reacting. So it all depends on which starting over you're doing. It depends on which situation that you have going on. Jazz, can you read the comments?
Starting over does not always have to be hard. Sometimes starting over can better benefit some people. It's just based on the person. Some people are afraid to start over. That is from Miss Patricia Lewis.
I
And
agree.
she's very correct.
I agree with her 100%. Um, what was the next comment?
Facebook user said it really depends on the person.
Okay. Did you? I was gonna say unmute your mic. Unmute your mic, baby.
Oh,
Look, he just said exactly. Okay, what's the next one?
from Lakeisha, growth mindset. Oh, I read that earlier. I commented off that earlier.
Okay. So like just all together, I mean, in y'all personal opinion, like it's starting over really too hard for you. It all depends on you. You make that decision. Can't nobody else make that decision for you.
I don't know. Starting over is kind of hard for me. I'm not a big starter over. I'm a Cancer. Cancer needs to stand up, and we crave stability and normalcy. So anything that threatens my stability or my normalcy, I side eye a tad bit. I look at it like, back up, back up. But you know, when you take a step of faith, jump on in the waters, sometimes something happen. Like for real.
Yeah.
I talked myself out of my business for how long? Till one day I just popped up with everything. Like I ain't tell nobody. I told no one because I already knew I'm gonna talk myself out of so I don't need no help. And that's another thing. When you decide to do something, decide to do it. You don't need nobody's opinion on it. You don't need to ask questions. You don't need to know, well, what would you do? Fuck what they'll do. Forget what they would do. It's about what you would do. Because when I started Wasted Adult Juice LLC, but where that turned up, I told no one. I told no one. When I say no one knew until I had the stuff to do my tasting. And then I called all the two people and said, hey, come up here and taste these drinks. And I went from there because I already had anxiety myself, though. So I didn't need anyone else's anxiety on top of my anxiety. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you don't need an audience. Sometimes you don't need a crew. Sometimes you don't need people in your ear. You just need you. That's why I said take stuff out. Take the kids out. Take your family out. Take that job out. Like take everything out but yourself and say, is this good for myself?
Yeah. Well, as y'all all know, your girl Tara here, baby. I'll start over in a heartbeat. I
Man,
will
wait,
pack up me and my children belongings. I
you'll
will
be
leave the
2 states
house,
over.
the TV, the couches, the bed. I will leave it all if I have to, and just start over. Like me personally, I moved a lot my whole life. From since I was a little girl, I moved a lot. So starting over is easy for me. But then you got other people, you got people that I know, just take my sisters for instance. They'll start over, but they won't start over as quick as I will. Like they want that stability. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't want that stability. But growing up, I always learned that starting over was easier for me. When I'm going through something, I'm like, forget it. Starting over. I don't need this. I can't handle it. I'm starting over. The car getting on my nerves. I'm starting over. Give me a new one. The house, the rent getting too high. I'm finna start over and get me a new one. The boyfriend ain't doing right. I'm finna start over and get me a new one. Everybody that knows me know that it's easy for me to start over. So I've been trying to eliminate that. I've been trying to figure out ways to create a foundation and stability for me and my kids. Because I hear a lot of people say starting over is the best way to do it. It's hard, but it's the best way to go. In reality, no, it's not. When you start over all the time, just take your kids for instance. If you have kids, just say I moved to another state. My kids don't have any long term friends. They're not gonna have any long term friends long as I continue to pack up and leave. Long as I be like, okay, I don't want to do this no more. I'm finna go. They're not gonna have no long term friends. They're not gonna have a best friend to spend those happy moments with. They're not gonna have that favorite cousin that they're real close to. Um, they're not gonna have that school that they rep. That this the school I went to. This where I'm from. They're gonna always be in the mindset of I don't know. And with that mindset, it can be difficult. It can be hard on them mentally and physically. So starting over is not always the best way to go, in my personal opinion. But it's something that I like doing. I enjoy starting over. But I have to think about I have two kids, and
Hold on.
with me starting over is not going to always benefit
Hello.
both of those kids. So I really, really get what everybody's saying when they say that I don't want to start over. I don't like this situation. I don't like what's going on. Like, I get what you're saying. I understand that it can be hard. Like, I can really, really understand. And everybody that know Tara knows that it ain't hard for me to start over. So y'all have to have that mental stability and that mental mindset where you realize that it's not gonna always be easy. And starting over is never, when I say never, starting over is never easy. But sometimes you have to do that. You got to do what's best for you. So I got the next question that I have for everybody. I want y'all opinion. The next question is how how to start how can you start over in life? How can you start over in life when you feel stuck? Let's help somebody out today. Let's help
I
somebody
apologize.
know like your personal opinion on it. How how can you start over in life when you feel stuck? We're gonna help somebody out. We have a lot of people that just get depressed and don't know how to start over. Don't know which way to go,
See,
which way to go.
oof,
How do you
depression, a whole nother topic.
huh?
Depression is a whole nother topic. It's a whole nother. Depression is just an anxiety. It's just a different form of an anxiety, and the thing about that, that's that's something completely different. That's something
Hmm.
completely different, and that's coming from somebody that battles it bad. That's something completely different, and but with the whole starting over thing, once again, it's the letting go. It's the letting go, and it's easier said than done. It's completely easier said than done in any situation. It's hard to let go of a person. It's hard to let go of familiarity. It's hard to let go of comfortability. It's hard to let go of schedules. I mean, it's hard to let go. And piggybacking off of what you said, like with your kids and stuff, there's a difference between repetitively starting over and then starting over because you need to.
It is. It's a big difference.
And I'm a firm believer, like firm believer. If you aren't happy as a parent, there's no way for you to make your children happy
Yeah.
at all. Kids see it all, they remember it all, and us as adults, as parents, we forget we were once the child. If you're not happy, you can't make your children happy. And that's why I say take everything out and ask yourself, is this what you want to do? Because I've packed up and moved to a completely different city, and I'm the type of person, I do better by myself. I
Yeah.
do better when I don't have a whole bunch of people to talk to. I do better when there's not a whole bunch of people around me. I do a lot better when it's just myself. That's just me. I've moved to another city, had a great job, had my own son, was happy, I was happy. And as soon as I jumped back into the world with a whole bunch of people, I lost it all.
And
And
I feel
I accomplish a lot more when it's just myself, when it's just me talking to myself about things. I'm not sure how that works in other people, but When that's why I say when you're trying to think maybe I need to, don't question about anybody else.
Yeah, you got to
You,
focus on you.
you have to, because you will always make up excuses listening to other people, especially listening to other people that don't have the same mindset as you.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day, misery loves company. And
company.
I'm not saying
Yes.
everyone's miserable, but that saying goes for anything. Someone that's comfortable with their lifestyle is obviously going to talk you out of something that goes against their comfortability. So why question them about yours?
Indeed. Indeed. I agree with you on that.
So letting go, like I said, letting go is, it's easier said than done, but you have to do it if you want to start over. You
Mhm.
have to. That's something that you're just going to have to do. Because even if you start over and you didn't let go, guess what? When you start over, you're still going to have those same anxieties. You're still going to have those same thoughts. You're still going to do the exact same thing that you did before to make you want to start over from the beginning, because you
Yeah.
never let anything go.
True.
That's my personal opinion.
Well, I just feel like everything. Am I still on? I'm still on, Jazz.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. My screen had went blank, y'all. I'm sorry. But my personal opinion, like, I just feel like we got to remember everything happened for a reason. And necessarily, when you start over, don't mean that you're powerless. And it don't mean that you're lower than anybody else. And never let anyone tell you that because you keep starting over, you're powerless, or you're running from your problems, and you're running from stuff. Because it's kind of like, basically, I'll say, yeah, you can say I'm double standard with this situation, because in a way, I feel like you should be able to start over, and it shouldn't be no problem. Should nobody have anything to say to you if you decide that you want to start over? And then in a way, I feel like starting over can be too much on you, your family, your kids, and just the people around you in general. So
Mm-mm.
I
You
just
starting over ain't got nothing to do with nobody else at all. I understand the kids and thinking about the children, but at the end of the day, guess what? They are children.
mhm.
Just like you were like, well, they won't have it. Yes, they will. That's why they go off to college or they go off to trade school. Yes, 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 yes.
That's
It's
not
a
child
well known,
experience.
yes, this is a well known fact. Most people that had best friends in high school, most people that had best friends in high school don't still talk to those people. If
No,
they do, it's not no, oh, no. Most of your friends, most of your best friends come from adulthood, come from living and making decisions with those adults, because you went through adult things together and not your parents telling you this is what goes on. So yes, you can still make friends and all that other stuff, but no,
I
no.
disagree.
I just personally feel like when it comes to your children, you can't make your children happy if you are not happy. If you're not happy in the
I agree with
situation,
that. I
there is
agree
no
with
way
that.
possible for your children to be happy in the situation because you're not happy. And
I
even
agree
if
with
they're happy, you're gonna take that happiness from them because you go, why is you walking around here happy?
what.
I had listen, I'm for real.
But I
I
agree with
had
you. But
but
that's
I
kind of
had but
like,
see, that's because that's just that mindset. Like I've had a migraine and my polar babies living their best life. And I'm just like, why? Why is you living your best life? My head hurts. Sit down. Like,
Let these young niggas live their best life, Jazz.
just living their best life. They did nothing to me. But my migraine is just like, no, sit down. And it's the same thing with a situation. Like, I'm making a joke out of it, but it's the same thing with a situation. Like, if your bills are stressing you out, start over, get something smaller. It
True.
is what it is. Yes, your child is, if it's out of your child's school district, yes, they're gonna miss that school district and stuff. But guess what they got now? This good thing called technology. You see what we on right now? You see these double screens right here. You better video call. You better phone call, send a text message,
Well,
snap a chat. I mean, I don't even use Snapchat. What you do?
Snapchat. You,
Snap.
I'm finna mute her mic. That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna mute. We finna cut her off. Okay.
You better
So
do something. All those problems can be solved. That's all I'm saying. At the end of
I
the
mean,
day,
true.
all those
And
problems can be
sometimes
solved.
starting over is the best way to go. I agree with it. Oh Lord, what am I doing? I agree with that 100%. Like starting over sometimes is the best way to go. But I do feel like I agree. I agree when what do they say? Don't fold.
Yeah, don't fold. That's so true because if you're fixed on what could have been or what should have been, that will hinder you from moving forward into starting over.
True.
Correct.
One
Correct.
hundred percent.
Correct.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Sometimes, sometimes that is the best way to go, and sometimes it's not the best way to go. Like I said earlier, it depends on the person. It depends on your situation. It depends on your mindset. Because if you don't have an open mindset and you decide to go out here and start over and haven't even thought about anything that you going through or basically just say like I said earlier, running from your problems. That's not going to stop the problems. That's not going to stop you from having the problems. Just say I got a my rent is behind I say a year. This ain't really going on with me, y'all. But just say my rent behind the year. I'm like, I ain't paying that rent. I'm just start over. I don't even want to do this. And you move out and you go move in with somebody else, and then you realize, damn, that year worth of rent is on my credit now. So now I didn't think about before I decided to start over. I didn't think about what would happen if they put that on my credit. So now I can't get my own place. Now I can't do what I need to do for my family. So now I'm stuck living with people. And then on top of that, you're living with people that don't really want you there.
Yeah,
So you
you're
end
right.
up in a situation where you call yourself starting over, but it wasn't the best decision you can make.
That
So
don't sound like starting over though. That don't sound like
mm,
starting over. That just sound like you trying to have a scapegoat. That's that sound in that
but
situation
that's
at
some
least.
people
That
that's
sound like you
starting
just
over for
being
some
a
people.
scapegoat.
That's
Like,
starting over. In some people' mind, that is starting over for them. Some people, everybody don't have again that open mindset. Everybody don't think things all the way through. What we feel like is starting over, somebody else might don't feel like they're starting over. What we feel like is too hard for us, or we don't want to do it. Somebody else might not feel like that. It just depends on the person.
you right.
So
Difference of opinion.
I'm gonna need y'all
Mhm.
guests to drop y'all comments. Y'all know we only have an hour. But I'm gonna need y'all to drop y'all
Mhm.
comments because it's getting
Yeah.
closer to that time for us to go away.
And come back on a brighter day. Up
Okay.
July 4th. Are we going to live stream?
Indeed.
Because we're going to be there. Be there with
Yes.
all the fun, the fame, and the chocolateness.
Get a girl. Let me stop playing with you. You was not gonna have me acting up on these lives today. No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
You too.
No,
You
ma'am.
have to.
Ooh,
Don't we? Don't we? We have to.
yes, ma'am.
Oh,
And then y'all excuse us today because we got our work and came straight to you, our people.
woo. Don't
We
know.
we
I'm over
just
here wanting to just lay down. That's why I know you haven't seen the pillow and seen me sipping on my Red Bull and my little butterfly cup. Yeah,
oh,
like
that
yeah,
was
like
in the
what
brother.
Tera gave me.
Who got you that?
You got.
Naturally, me. Get your natural items. Get your natural items.
Well, it was some natural item in there when she gave it to me.
Who
But
got
right now,
you? Uh-huh.
this is what's keeping me up.
That real boom.
Do you hear that? You hear that? Because it's almost gone. Because I have a family and I have you guys. And I needed it.
Y'all, so y'all know naturally me has a mentorship,
Mm-hmm.
a workout plan. I've been working out and it's kind of working. I ain't lost 1 pound
Ooh, I need to get up there with you, baby, because
because I'm trying to get on this new journey. I'm trying to start over. I'm trying to start over all the way, like all the way
it's
around.
another start over. I'm gonna start my diet over
See, it ain't. I mean, starting over don't
for
necessarily
the
got
139th time.
the heart, baby. Yes. Wait a minute.
Oh, the waist piece got a little tight.
Well, mine got loose. I ain't gonna. I ain't. They got loose. They loose, loose.
Woo! We ain't gonna hop on no scale, no live, no time soon.
Now we might just have to, cause Jasmine bring it up.
No.
She bring it up, y'all. She want us to. She want us to step on there.
No, Sarah gonna hop on the scale and I'm gonna support her in all her endeavors.
You so funny.
Endeavors. Don't fold. Said the best way to start over is the first start of chiseling off your weak points. Focus more on where you're weak at.
Oh,
Snap
okay. We're
for
gonna leave that there for a minute. That was it.
you.
That was the one. That was the one.
Snap for you.
Now
That right there.
let's focus on that for a minute.
Yes.
Let's focus on that for a minute.
Yes. Because you're right. And that goes to back to when I say you have to first let go. I'm not saying you're going to forget because you're going to remember, but you have to let it go. Let it fly by. Go whoosh, right over your head. Because, baby,
Wanted to put that up there because I guess
it's Trey, by the way.
we know who it is. Well, I know who it is,
I don't.
but now Jazz know who it is.
I still
That.
don't.
We'll discuss that off live.
Yeah, because I don't know who you are. I apologize.
We ain't talked about it before, girl, but
Oh, I apologize. Oh,
yeah.
oh, I do know.
We ain't
But snaps for you. Snaps
So
for you.
when you say them weak points, focus on them weak points.
The things that will make you repeat yourself, the repetitive things. If you have started over 139 times, like me with my diets, I know what my downfall is. My downfall is food. I love food. Food is immaculate. It's my happy place.
She said that's
But
it.
food does not agree with me anymore because now I'm 28. My metabolism has slowed down, and I know this. That is my weak point. My weak point is I cannot control myself with food, but I repetitively do it. So I've gained weight instead of lost it.
Okay, so you
Those,
found your weak point. You know
yes,
your weak point.
yes. And if I let go of food portions, I might see some results.
You so funny.
But I haven't done that. Hold on, I apologize.
My weak point is when it comes to,
Hello.
ma'am, when you do that mute they might. My weak point is when it comes to people, I don't know how to walk away. I don't know how to be like, okay, I believe people lies a lot. And I know that's a weak point for me. I know it's something that I need to work on. So, in order for me to start over in life, I got to focus on not accepting people lies, not accepting what people are saying, are doing. Major facts. Be what you are devoted to, and if, baby, listen, listen. See, you gonna have us on here. Then see, y'all know I'm on live. Okay, so Trey, you gonna have a lot of people inboxing me later with these comments, cause you hitting on point, point, and I feel you. I feel you 100%. I feel you 100%. But my personal opinion, I don't think that I really want to start over again. I don't believe that I need to start over. Like, I really don't feel like I need to start over. I want to. Again, as everybody have seen, I made that post the other days, basically saying that I want to start over. I think when I go to Minnesota to visit, I don't want to come back, and that would consist on me starting over. But deep down inside, I don't want to start over because I really feel like after all my years of starting over, it don't get you anywhere. It don't. It causes more confusion for you. It causes more confusion for your kids. It causes more confusion for the whole family when it comes to starting over. So, my personal opinion, starting over ain't never easy. It ain't easy at all. I really don't feel like it's a easy test. I really don't feel like it's something that you can just get up and do. It take a lot of mental work with yourself in order to start over. So you guys, we have 1 minute left. We got 1 minute left. Welcome back, Jazzy Jazz.
Oh, okay.
We got 1 minute left before we get off because our time is coming short. We're gonna let y'all watch our video one more time. We're gonna drop our cash app as well, just in case y'all want to donate to the talk show.
Help pay for live 205 entertainment, where you can catch us every Friday at what time?
9 p.m. Yes. We're gonna let y'all watch.
Top the rest, ain't no sweat, no competition. Full circle and we winning. Had the test at my best and never finished. Full circle and we winning. Got my weight up, now they hate us, I just say they tripping. Full circle and we winning. Two different ways, but in right back in the beginning. Full circle and we winning.
The same nigga that you saw in the beginning. The same nigga put the squad on the mission. Back in 06 in the MS out of venue. Hey, full circle and we win.
Winning. We winning, y'all. We winning. All right, y'all. So that is it for tonight. We'll
Whoop,
catch
whoop.
y'all next week. We'll keep y'all posted on our topics all through the week. You can also go check us out on YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, and we're now on TikTok.
Whoop,
Yay!
whoop.
I'll be seeing me and Jazz do a couple of TikToks coming out soon. We
I
ain't
can't
got
wait. We gonna get it in.
Also, if y'all want a True Love Within the shirt, y'all know y'all can email us at talkwithtera@gmail.com, or you can inbox us on Facebook and we'll get back with you. If you also want a drink from Wasted Adult Juice, you
Sip,
can get
sip.
at us. Tell them where they can catch us at with Wasted Adult Juice, Jazz.
Wasted Adult Juice LLC. You can hit me up at Juice Mom Lafe or Jazzy Jazz Abram. We also have a business phone. You can tap that in at 205-584-9278. And
Bye.
we do events. Yes.
So the last thing we're gonna say before we end, never be afraid to start over again. New beginnings sometimes bring the best change to your life. So you guys, that's the end of Talk with Tara. You can catch us next week. We'll get back with you guys. We love y'all until we meet again. Toodles!